Shalom. Welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, pushing his word in sincerity and in truth. Got a quick article I want to go into, a spiritual headline. This is from the New Daily. It says, sweeping retail changes as QR codes check-ins become mandatory. Now, I didn't know this was going on over in Australia, but I saw a video earlier from the brother, the elder, Yashawamba Dallas, and that video was showing, I guess, somebody over there in Australia, how they were fed up with this QR code check-in, all right? Now, these things are going on, and I had no idea or clue that these things were going on, meaning that every store that someone goes into, they got to scan a code, man. All right, so this is nothing more than mass conditioning, getting you ready for the inevitable. So let me get into the article, grab a couple of scriptures, and that's going to be it. It says supermarket giants like Kohl's, Woolworths, along with standard workplaces will now have to enforce mandatory QR code check-ins as part of sweeping changes across Australia. States are desperate to try and track the movement of the fast-moving Delta, right? That's plunged millions of Australians into lockdown, right? So this thing is a never-ending story. We've been telling you this for the longest, since this whole agenda started. We've been telling you that this thing is meant to never end. The movie Songbird showed you what? CV 2023 and beyond. It's meant to bring in a new world order. It's meant to bring in a global new reset, right? And this is already part of it right here. Getting you used to complying to basically draconian, right, rules. You see? So long with so-called privacy, now you belong to the state. A lockdown, New South Wales will impose compulsory check-in rules across the state early July, with Tasmania following suit on Wednesday afternoon. Premier Gladdy, can't pronounce that, said additional measures will be introduced to ensure that the state is prepared to emerge from lockdown and is completely covered to trace more infectious variants. Mandatory use of QR code check-in will apply to the following SW business: retail businesses, supermarkets, individual shops within shopping centers, gyms, offices, including call centers, manufacturing, warehousing, universities, schools, including teachers and visitors, such as parents, contractors, but excluding students. So everywhere you could imagine to go, guess what? They got to track you. They got to watch you. They got to report on you. All right? You're a slave. You see? And they're just making it mainstream and getting you used to accepting it. You know? So this is in Australia. I'm pretty sure it's going to go to the UK, France, the Germany's. But when they finally started to bring it here to America, oh boy, over here in America, the Edomites over here are a little bit more, how do you put it? They show their ass a little bit more. So they're going to have a problem with that over here. All right, especially in these red states. But let me keep going. Hospitality venues will also be required to check in every visitor, including those picking up takeaway and delivery drivers. While many large retailers have already been offering QR codes, sign-in sheets, there are concerns smaller businesses and shops have been closed during the lockdown may have been less stringent. NSW Customer Service Minister Victor de Manello said the changes were necessary in response to the highly contagious Delta. We've seen CV how fast it moves, Mr. de Mello said. The Delta moves at a lightning pace, so we need to adjust our circumstances accordingly. There is no excuse not to check in everywhere you can. So they are already coming down, man, and that's the first scripture I'm gonna get in Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So they got to get a stranglehold to convince you how serious this is, how you need to lose your rights, how you need to take every booster, every jab that they tell you to take. All right, this is all part of the grand design, the grand plan. All right, because guess what you don't hear? You don't hear about the doctors that actually got treatments and cures. You don't hear about uh, good health, right? Supplements, good eating, exercise. You don't hear about none of that. All you hear about is that you know what. So that's how you know it's an agenda and not about helping the public. So you can understand. But we know and we see what time it is, man. He's coming down fast pace because they know they got a short time to implement what they're going to implement and ultimately move to that final death blow of a prophecy, which we're going to grab. It says, he said he had already put several large retailers on notice to start displaying QR codes as soon as possible. I've already spoken to the major retailers and supermarkets and expressed my clear indiction, and I expect them to put that system into place in a matter of urgency. And guess what? If they don't do these things, they're going to get fined, right? And eventually they probably might take away their business license. So the powers that be is going to control the masses. They're going to control the people. You see? Everyone will need to have their smartphone at the ready to scan a QR code upon the arrival in most settings across the state. The changes mirror rules introduced in Victoria several weeks ago amid statewide lockdown. It comes as SA Premier Stephen Marshall also encouraged residents to use QR codes, get you know what, and observe social distancing after 5 new cases. Right? So all this after 5 cases. So it ain't gonna never end because there's another video I need to go into explaining the manipulation of those tests. It says we can see consequences of getting this wrong. We don't want a lockdown in South Australia. Amid reports of panic buying across SA supermarkets, the Premier said there was no need for such action. QR codes have already become mandatory for all venues in Queensland, including when picking up and taking away food. So, they incrementally roll these things out to get the public ready to submit. In 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. And this is just one of many devices that's leading to the final, like I said, the final outcome of what they want. All right, is that implant, so you can understand. All right, in your hand or in your forehead. That's the scriptures, and I'm gonna grab that scripture. It says Tasmania Premier Peter Goodwin also announced the new requirements for the island state. He said the TAS app will become compulsory to everyone visiting outlet stores, shopping centers, and supermarkets. Australian Retail Association CEO Paul Czar said retailers welcome the use of QR codes and had already successfully navigated uptake in other states and territories. But he highlighted the need for authorities to support shop owners and workers in enforcing the rules, as non-compliance can come with its own set of challenges. Right. So they want to make money. They want to stay open. So they'll do whatever the state says. And if you come in there talking about I don't want to be tracked, or I don't got no cell phone and I still want to buy my groceries, guess what? They're gonna call them troops in. They're gonna call them they're gonna call the popos in. All right, and they're gonna hem your ass up, right, for being disorderly. Let's keep going. Let's grab the prophecy in Revelation. We'll call it on that. Revelation 13:16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So we're right in the middle of this. All right, we're right in the middle of this prophecy, and it's in its full steam ahead, man. All right, it's full steam ahead. This is going to be a draconian, lockdown, dystopic system they are building on this earth. All right, the elite Edomites. So just get ready, man, because it's coming. Hell, it's here. If they rolling this thing out and it's been rolled out, and I didn't even know about it, So brothers that's out there in Australia, I gotta check out his page to see if he's been talking about this, because to the hopeful elect, hey, this is beautiful. Go ahead and bring it, man. We're not fighting for this wicked society. We're not fighting to go back to normal. We understand what must come. All right. But with that, I'm going to give our glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai, and Shalom next time.